Well, that's 2023 out of the way. A difficult year for me, but one that, let's just say, had its moments that I can be proud of. Needless to say, I'm very much ready for 2024, a new year, and I think it's time to set some goals for my guitar playing this year. Now, I'm not much of a resolutions guy, but I do believe in goals, but more specifically, just a small number of realistic and achievable goals. You know, something like, I want to play guitar for 30 minutes every day, as opposed to, I want to win a Grammy this year. It's all about setting yourself up for this time next year, so that when you look back at the year, you can feel like you've progressed in your journey as a musician, and feel a sense of achievement, instead of feeling demoralised, and like you didn't achieve what you set out. In this video, I want to share some approaches to goal setting that have worked well for me in the past, in the hopes that it'll give you some ideas and things to consider to protect you from that feeling of disappointment, demoralisation, and perhaps failure. Okay, perhaps failure is too strong a word. It's guitar playing after all. Hello everyone, Happy New Year and thank you for joining me today. If you're new around here, my name is Chris Harvey and I make films for the everyday guitarist. And today we're focusing on goal setting your guitar playing goals for 2024. So when I think about setting goals on the guitar, I like to break them down into two categories: experience and education. Now there are many facets to music and guitar playing, from all the theoretical and technical know-how that helps you actually play the guitar to all the experiences that guitar playing can give you, from recording your own music to gigging to playing music with others to teaching or even just sharing your guitar playing on social media and building an audience and a community around the music and the guitar playing that you enjoy. This year I'm starting by setting a goal for each, an experience goal such as releasing another EP perhaps, or playing guitar with someone new, and an educational goal, something that I want to learn. That could be a new scale, a mode, the circle of fifths, you know, any type of theoretical concept that's going to apply specifically to your guitar playing. So take a minute to have a think about some goals. Maybe you've got some already that you're already working towards, and if you feel comfortable, leave them down in the comments below. Let's all share some ideas, because that's sometimes the hardest part, is coming up with these goals to begin with, especially if you're not really kind of like a goal setting person. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we'll come back to goal setting in a minute, but I find this approach creates a very well-rounded experience, because learning things on the guitar is great. It's really rewarding. It's great to see your playing coming along, but it's going out there and exposing your guitar playing to others and sharing those experiences with other musicians. Those are the things that really stick with you and give you that sense of pride and that sense of satisfaction when you look back at your journey as a musician. Now, I spent years just playing guitar at home in my bedroom, and it was great, and I fully condone that. I definitely put in the hours and I definitely saw a lot of progress, but it was only when I opened my guitar playing up to other people, whether that was through playing with friends or through gigging, that I really understood where I was at as a guitar player. And that's where I saw the most progression in the shortest amount of time. Even just through sharing my guitar playing on social media, the vulnerability and immediate exposure to feedback can, yes, sometimes be very uncomfortable for some people, but it's getting into the mindset of performance, and it's always thinking about playing from a performance standpoint. That's the thing that really helps you progress, and it's mostly a rewarding experience. So let's go back to that point about choosing your goals, and let's start with those experience goals that we mentioned earlier. Now, it's really important, as I said a few minutes ago, to be very realistic in your goal setting and be very, very true to yourself and your personality. I'm all for pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and that can be a great indicator of growth. But if it isn't necessarily going to create a good experience for you, say if you're introverted, then the prospect of playing guitar in front of a room full of people might be too daunting, but perhaps just setting up a jam session with a friend where it's a little bit more relaxed and a bit more informal, if that's going to lead to a better experience, then it's very much worth pursuing that instead of setting an unrealistic goal that could lead to disappointment. It's all about giving yourself the opportunity to succeed. As long as you've had a new experience this year, then you're moving forward as a musician and as a guitar player. That's all that matters. Now, setting your educational goals can be a little bit trickier because there's so much information out there, there's so much to learn, and it's sometimes difficult to know what's important. Now, that's why I picked up Adam Levy's book, String Theories, and I'm a big advocate of picking up books because they, if anything, just give you some inspiration and a starting point. And this is not sponsored, by the way. But here's an approach that worked really well for me. So start thinking about your educational goals like this. Break your goals into two categories. One, what do you want to learn? It's always important to follow your interest because that will make you consistently want to practice and pick up the guitar. And then what do you need to learn? This is the objectivity exercise. We don't need to know everything, but there will be certain theoretical principles that will help you play the music you enjoy. If you're into blues, you probably don't need to learn sweep picking, but you probably do need to know your major and minor pentatonic scales. So think about your fundamentals and where your knowledge gaps are, and start there. Do you know all of your notes up and down the neck on each string? Do you know your minor pentatonic scale? Do you know the major pentatonic scale? Can you play those scales in more than one position? Do you know the names of the intervals of the scale, the root, the major third, the fifth, etc.? You're looking for that center point of the Venn diagram between what you want to learn and what you need to learn. If you can find something that fits into both, then you're onto a winner. So I hope you found these tips helpful. As I mentioned, and I think the most important takeaway from all of this is just giving yourself opportunities to succeed this year, because that is the quickest route to ending the year on a bit of a high, feeling motivated and optimistic about your own guitar playing. So leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and if you have any other tips that you want to share with everyone that have helped you in your journey as a guitar player, then we'd all love to hear them down in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, do let me know. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all very soon for another video.